What's going on, fam? Joseph Gabriel here, and today I want to talk to you about affirmations and how, honestly, affirmations don't always work. There have been times where I'd be preparing for a talk or teaching a class, and I would tell myself, I'm strong, I'm confident, I'm powerful, but it didn't always help out. There are times when affirmations do help me, like when I'm doing a deep meditation, really focusing on a word like confident or chosen or belonging. And it would really help me because I'm making the change on the subconscious level. I think the issue with affirmations that comes up is that if it's not there on the subconscious level, if we don't really believe that affirmation, then it won't do anything for us. It'll stay with us for like 5 seconds and then just be totally gone after. And I love what Vishen Lakhiani says in his book, The Buddha and the Badass, about affirmations, where he says this: affirmations don't work because you can't reaffirm a belief you don't really believe in. You can tell yourself you're amazing, superb, kind, and genius, but if there's a little bit of doubt at the back of your mind, you'll just end up questioning your own statement. That influenced me a lot because in the health and wellness world, we tell everyone to find your affirmations, lean on your affirmations because that's what's going to change you. But I found something that really changed things a lot more for me than just an affirmation. And that's just finding a motto or a positive internal trigger that's going to help you. I was watching this video by Erwin McManus. He's a very talented speaker and author. And one of the things that he was talking about was he shared a story about how Navy SEALs, when they would go through some of the most challenging situations that they'd ever have to go through, if they're getting shot at or if a situation is less than ideal, they would tell themselves something, and that would be full benefit. Full benefit. And whenever they would say that, they would remind themselves that in the situations where life is the hardest and they're going the most challenges, that's when they're growing the most. That's when they're getting the fullest benefit. So even though it was challenging, it's going to help them in the long run, and that would help them see the benefits of the situation. For me, it's helped me a lot to be in different photography situations. I do photography as well. And it's been really helpful for me to be in whatever lighting situation is given to me or whatever background, and just think about what are the gifts that are there. What are the gifts here in that location? And that's been something that's been a positive trigger for me to not get flustered when things are less than ideal. And when it comes down to mottos or these positive internal triggers, which is much longer to say than just a motto, there's a lot of ones that you might know of already. For example, there's Carpe Diem, seize the day, making sure that every single day counts and matters. There is Que Sera Sera, which means what will be, being able to accept anything that comes up at all. This too shall pass, which is what happens when a lot of people are going through a tough situation in life. If they've lost a loved one or they lost a job of some sort, anything that happens, they can say this too shall pass, and they'll be able to get through that situation. Another one that I like is just have fun, which is something that's more into the sporting world. And a lot of people who are definitely not professional athletes and just internet trolls, they get mad when a player says, just have fun. But in actuality, that's one of the best things that a player can say. That's what Russell Westbrook was telling his locker room in the Lakers last year when they were horrible. But he would say, just have fun. And the reason why that's helpful is because you actually perform better under happiness. You're able to see more opportunities. So that's a motto that they wanted to live by in order to be the best that they could. So when it comes to setting up my internal trigger, I wanted to think about something that would help me feel like I'm moving forward, I'm growing, but at the same time, also okay and happy with my imperfections and maybe not being at the level that I want to be at in the moment. And after journaling and being able to go on walks, I finally came to one that I think is really helpful for me, and that's just in progress. So in progress, to me, it means that I am growing, I'm getting better, and at the same time, I'm still a work in progress, and I'm okay with my imperfections because I know that I'm on the right path. So it's been something that I've been leaning on a lot, and I can tell you one specific instance where it really helped me. I started something called Authentic Relating, which is a different certification and a different way of being able to talk to people. that's been super helpful for me. As a trainer, it's interesting because people come to you in order to tell them what to do. And as a coach, as a life coach, people come to you and you're supposed to ask them the right questions to guide them what to do. And with authentic relating, it's a little bit different, where you are just supposed to sit there and be with someone and listen to them, to see what they're coming from, to see the life and the lens that they see the world through. So it's completely different from coaching as well as training. So it's something that's definitely new to me. And in authentic relating, we play these little games where you sit with someone and you go through these different prompts and you're able to get to know someone a little bit better, which has been really amazing for me and super fun. But the workshop that I did for the level 1 was a 2-day workshop. The first one, I was on a high. I loved it. I felt like I was getting better and I was growing. And then the second day, I kind of messed up in the game before me, where maybe the person thought that I wasn't being as authentic to them as I should have been. But the second game that we played was something that absolutely crushed me, where it was me sitting along with someone else and we were talking. And when we were talking, it was supposed to, the prompt was to figure out a complaint that you have. And after that, you're supposed to talk about what the deep meaning behind that complaint is. Why is there like a deep cut, or is there a deep hope behind what you want to see in the world? And then after that, the person who's listening, which was me, I was supposed to reflect back to my partner whatever I heard, and if I could give some type of support or advice in that situation. So it was funny because the person that I was dealing with was this female, and she was very powerful, and she's done an authentic relating a lot before. But when I was working with her, her complaint was just about men. And her complaint was about men and how they can be frustrating to her, how I feel like they put her in a box. And she's just not happy with how men are in our society and our culture. And I'd hear that as a man, of course, and it didn't really affect me. I was really trying to be there with her. And then when the second prompt came up and she was trying to talk about something that deeper that was going on, the real reason behind her complaint, she said that she wanted a world where men and women could be able to work together, and that she really loves men. And it was really beautiful what she was talking about, how she wanted like unity, and for both people, men, women, non-binary, whatever it is, to just live in a life together. And I thought it was super beautiful, but I was a little confused, and I thought that she actually wanted a relationship and she wanted to be with someone. And I thought that it was hard for her to find a romantic partner. Maybe because that's what it's been like for me. It's been hard to find someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So I might have been talking out of my own experience, but I started reflecting that about how I have hope for her, and then hope that she's going to find someone that she could live her life with. And looking back, I was like, dude, I was totally wrong with that. And at the end of authentic relating, of course, there's like these kumbaya moments where everyone's reflecting and talking about their experience. And then when it came to her, she raised her hand, and, you know, she felt like I really wasn't hearing her, and she felt missed. And I really felt bad about that, because that's the last thing that I wanted out of that situation. I wanted to be there for her, and I wanted to support her with her experience. But in that moment, I totally didn't. And I felt defeated because in front of everyone, you know, she politely ripped me up, and I felt crushed. Kind of felt like my dog when she's scared or she did something wrong. She'll start maybe shaking, or her tail will go underneath her butt and it'll just like hide underneath her. And that's how I felt until I could start like leaning on my motto of in progress. And I started to realize, like, yeah, you know what? It's okay if you don't have it together yet. It's okay if you're not where you need to be. You know, you're a work in progress, and you're getting better, and you're growing every time. And I think that's the most important thing. So in that instance, my motto really helped me, and I'm so glad that I set one up for myself. So for you, I want you to figure out what your motto is, what your positive internal trigger can be. So I'm going to leave you on that. Just kidding. I'm going to give you a few questions to ponder in order to figure out how can I set up my motto. My motto meaning your motto. And the first question is, how do you want to feel? How do you want your motto to make you feel? Do you want to feel empowered? Do you want to feel happy with your imperfections like mine? Do you want to feel like you're going forward or you're growing or you're just happy with who you are? But how do you want to feel? And another one is, what imperfections or insecurities are you trying to solve through your motto? What are the imperfections or insecurities that you want to solve through your motto? So for me, I'm an Enneagram type 1, which is a perfectionist, and I wanted to solve needing to be perfect. So I wanted to know that I'm always a work in progress, and that's okay if I'm not where in my mind I want to be. So what are the imperfections or insecurities that you want to solve with your motto? Why does it matter to you? For me, I know I'm imperfect, and in a lot of ways that idea of being imperfect and not being who I want to be in that moment has really silenced me in a lot of ways. It made me feel like my voice doesn't matter or the work that I do doesn't really matter. And I think my imperfections have really held me back in a lot of ways. So if I can have a motto that solves that for me, that helps me get through my imperfections and still being happy with myself, I know it's going to change my life as well as the people that I come across in the work that I do as well. So that's why it matters to me. And I hope you can figure out what your motto is, how you want to feel, and why it truly matters to you, because I hope that your motto, just like mine, can fully change your life. So yes, affirmations can work, but they don't always. And when they don't, I hope that you can find a motto or a positive internal trigger or even a mantra that you can focus on that'll help you move forward in your life. That's all I got for you today. I'm sending you a big old peace sign and lots of love. I appreciate you. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.